Samia from Reveal. You are one of our launch sponsors, by the way. Reveal, thank you so much. Excited to sit down with you. You guys having a good time so far at SaaS Connect?
Super good time, and we're super glad to be sponsors of Partner Hacker for sure.
So, huge news. Reveal just raised a $50 million Series A, which to my knowledge is the biggest Series A I've heard. I mean, that's massive
It's
in
a
the
huge
partner
one.
tech space.
Yeah.
Are you guys that's crazy. Tell me about what led to, what's working so well that you're able to go raise a round like that?
I mean, I think it's really a confirmation that something big is happening in the market and like in the partnership community. We're seeing that all over the market with like other companies getting great fundings and like VCs getting interested into the market. So I think what's happening is that people are finally realizing the power of partnerships, basically, and like how much it can impact a company's growth.
I mean, yeah, there is no better way to prove the thesis that we've been putting out there than to see a round like this. So I was just chatting to you before this, and I said, how many people are on your team? And you said 50. So only a 50-person team right now, but you just raised 50 million. I got to imagine you're hiring, you're looking for a ton of great talent
Oh yeah.
in the US,
We're
in
hiring
France.
in Europe and the US, all over the place, all kinds of roles. Um,
Partner Up
reach out to
listeners.
me, reach out to anyone in the team. We're interested.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good to know. I think the opportunities are just huge. And like one of the leaders like Reveal, having, building your team up from 50 to, what'd you say, in the next year or two, you're trying
Getting to 100
100. Yeah.
by
So
the end
we
of
got,
the year. Yeah.
by the end of the year. Yeah. So we got a lot of opportunity, Partner Up listeners. You are also the source of many a wonderful partnership meme,
Yes.
which you have supplied some to the Partner
Indeed.
Hacker Daily. Is this just like a, are you just like this is like a hobby? You're like a curator of all the best memes?
I've actually created some of them myself.
Oh, you're the creator.
Oh yeah, I've created some. I spend nights doing this. I have a meme passion.
I love it. See, that's dedication. While you're laying in bed, you're dreaming of partnership memes.
Absolutely.
And that's why Reveal is now raising this huge round.
Exactly.
That's the contributor to
Yeah.
that success.
I mean, humor has always been part of like our brand, etc. Like from the
Yeah.
get-go, we were using memes and like having fun. And I think what we're trying to do is really deliver a message to partnership professionals. We want to resonate with the frustrations that they're having. So like
Yep.
we talk about this kind of frustrations, and what better than memes to
That's
convey that message.
That's a great point. To the idea of humor. So the partnership space, sort of like traditional, the old school sense of like channel partners, etc. It kind of has like a stale corporate-y sort of feel to it, and everyone's kind of doing it's almost like it's a formality. Like, we're partners, you're partners, we give you leads, we do this. And I just see something happening where there's like a realness, a genuine human connection. I mean, our slogan, trust is the new data. And one of the ways that you form that and build that trust is by being real.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And by having those cathartic moments where like you laugh at the frustrations. Partner people often feel like the neglected, abused department.
Absolutely.
And being able to just share those moments of like, look, we know what it's really like. I think that's a massive part of brand and connection that gets underappreciated.
And I mean, it goes with like the brand that we're trying to create, where we're building the new world, the new world of partnerships. So like we're saying goodbye to the old school way.
Yes.
And so part of it is like also, being fun and being able to be real. It's really like part of what we're doing.
That's why you're such a good launch partner for us, because we have a very hard time being serious for very long. So we're going to try to keep it fun, keep it real as well. Samia, this is super exciting. Great news. Congratulations for you guys. And again, they're looking for talent. They're hiring.
Yes, we are.
If someone has never worked in the partnership space, but they see this kind of momentum and they're curious and they're like, hey, maybe I want to go look at joining the team at Reveal or something similar, leave us with one piece of advice. What's different about working in this market than another market? What's something unique?
I think the uniqueness of it is the impact. So like I think we're just like really starting to explore how much impact this can have, and it's amazing. We're at the beginning of something. I think like the best analogy that I can give is like marketing 10 or 20 years ago, there was a huge misunderstanding of what the impact could be. And and like it was completely overlooked. Like, it was the team that was creating presentations and like, and having fun.
Yes.
And now fast forward to now, everybody understands that you need to have an amazing marketing team if you want to like generate great pipeline and great revenue, etc. This is exactly what's happening for partnership professionals right now. um, People are finally realizing that they can have impact on the whole revenue funnel, from increasing win rates and like generating pipeline, to creating more customer retention and customer stickiness and customer satisfaction. So it's the right time to go into partnerships.
I love that. I love it. Thank you so much, Samia.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Hey, we are live here at SaaS Connect. I'm talking with Jason from AppBind. And Jason and I were just talking about content and agencies.
Oh yeah.
So, agencies as a part of the market, part of the partnerships ecosystem that needs to get a lot of love, needs to get more love.
Yes, I agree. Absolutely.
And content as a way to do that. So, you come from an agency
Yeah,
background,
yeah.
right?
I have 10 plus years of an agency background experience. I mean, everything from computer programming to content marketing. I did a lot of paid advertising for a period of time. Worked with large enterprise level clients like Abercrombie and Fitch, Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank, and then did a lot of SMB work. So small businesses, startups, mid-sized businesses as well.
So you come from a big part of the audience that a lot of these companies here are trying to reach or trying to partner with. What, from an agency standpoint, what do you wish some of these companies were doing
Yeah.
differently to make it easier for you to partner with them?
Yeah, so I mean, most agencies are kind of on a treadmill of hell. So they're trading a lot of time for dollars. And agencies are in an interesting spot because they're one of the like rare companies where when you scale, it actually can hurt revenue growth and actually hurt scaling the company, because when you're in a treadmill of hell trading time for dollars, what you have to do when you start getting more clients is you have to hire more people. So that increases overhead. So unless you already have systems in place of like managing, SaaS subscriptions for clients, doing a service billing, like things like that, those are common issues that agency owners don't really have a good solution to. And that's where with AppBind, we've been trying to provide, a managed service subscription for purchasing SaaS subscriptions on behalf of the clients that
So
agencies are serving.
it allows those agencies to, when they're offering their services to clients, yes, they're connecting them to these software tools, but they're doing it for one, it removes a lot of the friction in that process.
Exactly.
But two, they have the chance as partners with these SaaS tools to get the recurring
That's
revenue
exactly right.
going so that they don't only have to bill for
That's right.
hours. So from a content, so you're a content guy
Yes.
and you're trying to basically help create content that helps agencies
That's
succeed.
right.
And I would say this is desperately needed in the partnership space. I would say in the MarTech space, HubSpot is like the shining example
Yes. Yes.
of they have this amazing world of content that's like, hey, we'll teach you how to win as a
That's
marketer,
right.
as a marketing. What is your vision for that equivalent in the partnership space?
Oh,
What's
good.
needed,
Yeah,
and
good
how are
question.
you going to build it?
Yeah, great question. So, I mean, that's kind of what we are talking about a little bit
Yeah,
offline,
yeah,
but one of our goals with AppBind, especially, is, our focus was in creating a great solution to agency owners, dev shops, any consultants, like companies purchasing subscriptions on behalf of their clients. So when we started to build out a network, growing that, obviously the SaaS companies, the vendors, want to get in front of those partners to then
yes,
have them resell. You don't really have to do anything. It's frictionless. So what we started to do is focus on the agency side of things. So we, Sunir, our CEO, founder of Cloud Software Association, he's a natural connector. So he started the podcast Agency Connect, where we interview agency owners talking about how they got off the treadmill of hell, like how did they scale, how
yeah,
AppBind kind of was a good solution to them as well. And then eventually our goal is to also do the same thing for SaaS companies, to be able to be like, hey, if you want to get in front of your partners, here's a good kind of way to do it. So some of those like insight secrets would
yes,
be creating
yes.
content around that, a show, YouTube channel, maybe a newsletter. So that's kind of the thought and idea.
Oh, I love it. And that's a big part of what we are doing here at Partner Hacker. AppBind is one of our launch sponsors.
Yep.
So shout out. Thank you guys for being a part of it. And there's going to be, without giving away too much, I can already tell we're going to have some deeper partnerships
Oh
going
yeah.
forward, because that that message, getting the story of how to win beyond just the walls of the partner orgs into the agencies and to tell those stories. Right. That's a big part of what we're doing. We want to cover this entire ecosystem. And so sharing the wins, the stories of agencies who have done it well, highlighting those, providing resources to agencies that want to level up and do it well. That's a big part of what we want to shine a spotlight on. So I'm sure you'll be hearing more from Jason and AppBind on partnerhacker.com. Awesome. Thanks, Jason. All right. I am here with Aaron from Built First.
What is up, partner up?
I like it. It's always good to know people are listening. Or you just heard Jared say that in there. And
no, I'm a big listener, big fan.
I love it. So you told me this is the first time you've been to SaaS Connect, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why are you here?
Well, yeah, it's a good question. So this is my first time at SaaS Connect. I've probably been a part of CSA, Cloud Software Association, for about 3 months now. So relatively new member. But I actually bought a ticket last night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I know y'all were going to be here.
So you were here just for the Partner Hacker after party.
No, they're coming. No, there's very few events that are focused on our relatively niche industry right now. I think it's going to be one of the fastest growing industries in SaaS and in B2B in the next decade. I mean, the decade of the ecosystem, Jay McBain always talks about that. So
tell me about Built First. We use Built First. If you go to the partnerhacker.com marketplace, where you can find all kinds of deals from a lot of these companies here, our launch sponsors that are exclusive to Partner Hacker members. But we're running it on
Built First. Infrastructure for that. Yeah, so B2B marketplace infrastructure for partners. Started in the VC accelerator space. We got hundreds of different VCs and accelerators offering B2B SaaS and service deals to their portfolio companies. And then we went to communities next. So we call business communities has kind of been our next vertical. Got a lot of financial institutions on their banks. Really anyone who has attention. I mean, you always say trust is the new data. These are centers of gravity. These partners are centers of gravity for buyer intent because they own all the attention, right? They own the influence and the attention, and people trust what they say. We really believe that is going to be a big part of the future of B2B commerce.
So it sounds like you started with a market of VCs and accelerators where they're not looking at this as a revenue source, but as a value add to their community.
That's right. Yeah.
What changes when you move into some markets that may be looking at it as a revenue source?
Yeah, so we call them passive and active marketplaces. So a lot of VCs and accelerators have what we call passive marketplaces, right? They're not actively promoting doing a lot of the partner marketing that the vendors would want them to be doing, right? But they get good number of redemptions from their portfolio companies, mainly because of the offer that's associated. These offers are super, 90% off HubSpot, 50% off Salesforce. So the startup ecosystem that we're building infrastructure for, or that we have built infrastructure for in the past, very soon will be our smallest ecosystem, right? There are a ton of these business communities. A lot of SaaS companies are doing the partner directory thing now. We don't necessarily do partner directories as much as we do partner marketplaces. I think there's a big difference there. I think offers are a really big piece of the difference. And then also we want to help kind of broach the gap in the partner marketing playbook, right? So when we talk about passive and active kinds of marketplaces, Partner Hacker it launches tomorrow. Is going to have a very active marketplace, right? I mean, you guys are going to be writing stories about these different parties, these sponsors. So, they're going to be promoted on the pod in a very native way, right?
And these are, to your point about trust, in our case, these are relationships that we already have where we're going out and talking with Partner Stack and saying, hey, let's come up with a true partnership, a deal that really is unique to our community. It's a vetted community where you're getting people, that have an actual profile that meets your needs. But then Built First has this other side, which I think is really cool, where you've got a bit of a network as well, where I can go on there and browse sort of pre-existing deals, so to speak, or deals that are more broad in their appeal. And I can use it not just, it's funny, where I was talking to Partner Stack about this too, use it not just as a way to manage existing relationships, but also to find new potential partners to add to the market.
Yeah, it's funny. The vision for me for the product is I want high relevance, right? So when you go into that vendor library and you're trying to find new partners, relevance is key. I mean, the curation is super important, and making sure that you find relevant partners is really important. And the other piece is dopamine. Like there needs to be a hit when you see the partner marketing stuff that comes through as a consumer, and when you go and find a new partner for the Partner Hacker marketplace. Like I want there to be a dopamine hit, and I want you guys to do the job that you're doing. So that's the way that we're trying to.
Yeah, and just bringing and this has been a theme you hear a lot here, bringing the B2C quality of experience that we've all come to expect and demand, bring that to B2B.
Yeah, when we went out on our fundraising, it's so funny because a lot of like the vision in the slides that we have in our fundraising deck that talked about the market, I heard so much of that in the first 3-4 talks in CSA. It's like, okay, good. Like we're hitting the right trends, we're hitting the right themes.
It's a good feeling. I mean, that's the things we've been talking about, the era of the ecosystem, trust is the new data, even like we've got an upcoming event debating the death of portals. All of these themes are just popping up in everyone's talk. It's like there's a narrative here that everybody's sort of coalesced around in an organic way. So it's exciting to be here covering it. Well, hey, Aaron, thanks for popping by.
So fun. Yep.
Alan Adler, the man himself.
Hey, dude, Isaac, how are you?
The gospel of go-to ecosystem at SaaS Connect. How's it going so far?
It's so cool. This is so great to be with everybody and to like actually touch and shake people's hands and like say hello in person. It's just been great. Let's do it right now.
It's amazing. It's amazing in the flesh. And Alan is on our ecosystems council for Partner Hacker. So thank you for being a part of this.
Absolutely. I'm so psyched I read the list of all the people that are on the council. I said, like, I'm on that list? Shit, that's pretty cool.
It's a great list. And you had a column, and Alan's doing a weekly column for us. Column just published today on the ecosystem maturity or partnership maturity.
Yeah. We are so psyched. We launched this maturity model. I just talked about it yesterday, and we're actually doing this in concert with Partner Hacker, and we're going to be launching a lot of awesome content.
Okay, final question for you.
Yeah.
Who's got the best swag game so far at this conference? Any standouts?
Oh, well, I mean, the best swag, I think, I think PartnerStack basically has a cruise, right? That's the ultimate swag, right? I think I'm going to take the boat home.
Yeah, you can't really.
Can I take the boat?
You can't beat a yacht.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
take the boat home. Yeah, Crossbeam has a lounge over here.
Yeah.
We got some cool knickknacks, but you can't beat a yacht. So shout out to PartnerStack. They're also one of our launch partners.
Yeah,
Alan.
I just have to say how psyched I am that we finally have a media company for the era of the ecosystem, and we can stop reading all that stuff about channels, which channels is cool, but ecosystems is way cool.
It's so
and
much
Partner
bigger.
Hacker is totally the place to go.
I've had a bunch of people say, so you guys are just like covering channel stuff. I said, no, channels, that's part of it. But what's going on here, it includes channels, but it's so much bigger. And there's this kind of moment where the merging of kind of the startup culture around sales automation from 10, 20 years ago, marketing automation is now blending with this kind of older partner culture, which has been around for a long time, but in a different form. Now you're kind of bringing together, there's sort of like some new energy and some new things happening.
Absolutely.
So we're here to cover it.
Yeah, and all you partner leaders out there, man, you got a big job to do, because I said yesterday in my little keynote that, SaaS is in trouble because integrations aren't so great. So let's make great integrations, and let's get our companies to really embrace these end-to-end solutions, because once we get that to happen, not only are our companies going to perform, but you guys are going to be ecosystem chiefs and report to the CEO and have really, really key jobs for the future. So
and I'd love seeing you hammer on that so much that it's got to start with the CEO. It's got to be a company-wide commitment to this ecosystems approach. So I think we're going to see a lot more of it, and we'll be here to cover it.
Yeah, super psyched to be with you on the journey.
Thanks,
Isaac.
Alan.
Yeah.
There she is. Yeah, we're recording right now. Get her in the shot. Get her in the shot.
Get in here.
So what's up?
There she is.
Oh, there she is. What's up? Jesse Shipman. We're live at SaaS Connect. Good to see you.
Jesse will have a column when we launch the site. We're gonna have a column from Jesse live on day one. So yeah, here you want to sit?
You haven't even registered yet. So we're doing illegal things right now. You just flew in. You got in this morning.
I got in like an hour ago.
Wow.
Give us a teaser about your first column for Partner Hacker, the death of the one pager.
The death of the one pager. Yeah. Okay. Here we are.
We're live.
We're gonna do the things.
We're gonna do the things.
Yeah. So, when Partner Hacker was announced, and as a follow up to PartnerUp, or really as like an encapsulator, right?
Right.
Around PartnerUp, there's so many amazing things that have happened through PartnerUp. actually has been a huge connector for me in the partnership space. But one of the things I felt like maybe it wasn't missing, but could be a value add was like the enablement aspect.
It's a huge missing part.
Um, it's actually just not talked about that much, right?
Nope.
Like so many partner managers have to do it themselves.
I call it FITFO. That's what I tell people all the time. FITFO. It means figure it the fuck out. It's just like they had to figure it out.
100%. And they, God bless partner managers, right? But they're from sales or marketing, and they don't necessarily have an education background, but they do their damn best, right?
Right.
They've been doing a pretty good job so far, but in this new age, in the new age of the ecosystem, like it's gonna have to be better. We got to level up the enablement piece of this because it's going to be hugely critical.
Yeah, for the entire business. So I'm excited about the stuff that you're working on. There's, I'm sure, more to come. I don't know if we're going to be talking about that in the launch or in your post. Do you talk about the solution that you're working on in your post or not yet?
I haven't talked about it yet in my post.
So that'll be for another one. We'll do like a grand reveal. You tell us when you're ready, and then we'll pump it up.
Amazing. Yeah, love it.
I'm
We're
excited.
very close. Yeah, for sure. Very close.
So the death of the one pager.
Yep.
I think you're talking about more real time enablement things. So like hitting that field person, that AE, the partner manager, whoever's in that moment, getting them with what they need in real time.
Absolutely. And it's so much. It's enablement that is streamlined into the work rather than like bolted on or tacked on.
Or like you have to go do training for like hours, and then a month later when you're actually engaging with an account with that partner, you're like, wait, what was that thing that I learned a month ago?
Right.
Like that doesn't work.
Well, also
that
like
one pager,
how
right?
many others, right? And how many others came in between now and then?
Right.
And how do I know which one fits and which one doesn't?
Right.
So I don't think one pagers are bad in and of themselves, but when they're delivered, how they're delivered, that they're really focusing on what the joint value proposition is,
right?
What the thing is, what the partner does, like why we have the partnership in the first place. Was it just something to fill an OKR, or is this really valuable, right?
Totally.
Or a KPI, or is it really valuable? So, I think there's a lot of rethinking that's going to have to happen around partner enablement. And I'm just stoked to be part of the conversation.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast having you talk about all things partner enablement in the column on partnerhacker.com. So Jesse, welcome to SaaS Connect. It's good to meet you in person.
Yeah, I'm so stoked. So good to meet you in person.
Absolutely.
I was just complaining about what a bad angle it is here. It's not my good side.
Well, the lighting is also like
your position, so that it's on your good side.
Wow. I like to think most sides are good sides.
But you know what? This is a visual metaphor for what Partner Hacker is all about. We want to make you look good. We want to make the partners, the stories we tell, we want to make them look good. And in the meantime, we will happily allow ourselves to look inferior, just like this setup. So
I wouldn't say inferior. You do look great. I like the green as well. We're very much so on brand.
So Will Taylor, newest addition to the team at Partner Hacker, just came on board like a week ago, and things are moving fast, man.
Drinking from the fire hose. It's a whirlwind, but the best whirlwind. Usually whirlwinds aren't good, but this one is the best one, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it. Like, it is blowing my mind. It's still surreal.
Oh, and you've been a mentor here at SaaS Connect. You're doing a lot of these one-on-ones. What kind of stuff, what do you hear? What are these conversations about? What do people want to talk about?
I think what a lot of people are feeling is the moment that we talk about, where they're realizing that partnerships is the way to go for the go to ecosystem approach. And I don't mean this because I'm biased and I'm at Partner Hacker, but it's an actual feeling that people are expressing through the work that they're doing and how their businesses are thriving. And that part is the most exciting to me, because like I'm a sponge to it and I believe in it as well. And it's so good to see that validated with these other people in their own experiences and through the actual work that they're doing as well. So when we get into the weeds of the conversation, they're talking about the actual programs that they're executing on. And the theme has been, we have to make our partners successful for our business to be successful. And the buy-in from the org, there was actually one conversation, it was super interesting, where they have a good business model. It's an e-com business. They have a good revenue stream, and they were talking about potentially going public. And their board was basically like, if you want to become public and like really grow this company, you have to build and tap into ecosystem, or else you're not going to get there.
It's coming down from the board now. That's a good sign.
Exactly. So that is like very good validation, but then also the fact that these companies are thinking about this as the accelerant to their growth, not just the traditional ways, those are still important, but the accelerant to everything that they're doing is partnerships and the go to ecosystem.
Yeah.
And I've always believed in that. And once I got the taste for it initially, I'm like, this is huge. How is there not more people talking about it?
Yes. You're like,
And
hey, this is the thing I've been talking about.
exactly.
Well, man, I'm so glad you're a part of the team here, and really excited. And if you want some input on your partnerships org, reach out to Will. We got a services page on partnerhacker.com. You can go book a time for free.
That's right. And our focus is always partnership success. So if we're partnering, I'm the person to make you successful. And it's baked into who we are. Trust is the new data. So we got to build that trust.
There it is. Trust is the new data. You dropped it flawlessly.
Thank
Worked
you.
it in there. Talk to you later, Will.
Sounds good.